Hello there, thanks for joining us on our special TV report on Gladiator's Track with Akon. Today promises to be very incisive. With us today is our own dear Managing Director of Nigerian Foundries Limited, in person of Mr. Vasily Paparopoulos, on a special spotlight in addition to the challenges, the issues, the burning issues in the legal sector. I advise you to sit back and watch. Vasily Paparopoulos is the co-owner and chief executive of Nigerian Foundries Group, an innovative reverse engineering and manufacturing solutions provider in Nigeria, and the chairman of the Manufacturing Association of Nigerian Man Local Content Group. Born and raised in Lagos in 1962, Vasily has acquired advanced general management knowledge across different disciplines and has gained over 3 decades of rich experience, which has culminated in his impactful contributions to the growth and development of foundries in Nigeria, as well as other sectors, making the name Paparopoulos a significant part of the history of Nigerian economic development. Vasily graduated from Rollins College, Florida, with a bachelor's degree in economics and history in 1985, before securing a MIM Master in Management degree in International Management from Thunderbird School of Global Management at Arizona State University in 1988, both in the United States. He took over the helms of the Nigerian Foundries Limited in October 1988. Since then, he has transformed the company into a group that caters to a diverse range of clients within and beyond the shores of Nigeria. Vasily sits on the board of a number of companies and is a member of various organizations with different roles. In 2010, he became the chairman of Man Local Content Group, and in 2014, he became the chairman of the Materials and Manufacturing Stakeholder Group, Nigerian Content Consultative Forum. He is a member of the Governing Council, Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, a founding member of Additive Manufacturing Association of Africa, and a director in Nespo Trade Houses Limited, among many others.
We can start talking about mining when we start seeing the results of how many mines have opened and we have attracted into the country. I'd say most of the work has been done in the last decade. Before that, there were all kinds of issues which had to do with legal, attracting foreign companies and so on. There were many initiatives in the past decades that were not fruitful. Today we can talk that we do have the first Sedilola gold mine in Ilesha, the first indigenous official gold mine in Nigeria. We can talk also of having the African Industries has invested considerable money in an iron ore mine on the border of Abuja to Kaduna, where they're actually mining iron ore and using benefaction methods to make sponge iron to use in their steel mills. Very laudable. We can talk also about mines like Royal Salt in Abakaliki, who've existed probably within the last decade, that are mining zinc and lead. And then we can also talk about a few companies that have sprang up. One of the older ones is Royal Ceramics, that uses indigenous clay to make ceramic products. And I just heard there's another one that just opened up in Ogun State, huge one. I have not been there. On the way to Ibeshe, Dangote cement plant. Therefore, I can say that the beginning has started. Results have started coming out of the work that has been done the last decade, or the changes in our mining attitude. So therefore, I can say that we're at the beginning. I don't want to refer to mining done during the colonial era, because that's the past tense. Well, I don't know from where these figures have come, but definitely oil, hydrocarbons displaced a lot of the mining, the solid mineral mining that existed in Nigeria from the colonial times. I would say there have been a lot of unofficial mines, or artisanal mines as they are called today, and there are many of them. There has been a lot of artisanal mining, and the end product gets sent to China. Chinese have been here speculating and buying the products. So I can't say much more, because in the 80s, I don't remember of that many mines, unless we're referring to some of the old mines, like the Onyema mine in Enugu State, and some of those old government mines which were in the throes of closing down. So I would again want to reiterate that mining for us is only in the last decade that we can say Nigeria has entered in Africa in the solid mineral game.
Rafiu Adinyoju Lawan Rabana SAN is a stalwart who never shies away from giving decisive opinions when it comes to matters of the law, economy, development, human rights, and justice, among others. He is the chief counsel of R.A. Lawan Rabana & Co., a full-service law firm with proficiency in litigation, arbitrations, with dispute resolution, corporate, commercial, and other parties. Over the years, he has represented various clients across different circles and handled high contentious cases from the High Court up to the level of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. R.A. Lawan Rabana SAN began his law career in 1978 at the University of Nigeria in Enugu, where he obtained his Bachelor of Law degree in 1982. In 1983, he was called to bar as since risen from being appointed as a member of the Body of Benchers in 2003 to the office of the General Secretary of the Nigerian Bar Association. In 2006, before being conferred with the rank of a Senior Advocate of Nigeria. In 2008, he became a life bencher. In the year 2011, served as a member of the Legal Practitioner Disciplinary Committee before serving as the chairman of Ethics and Compliances Committee of the body. He also served as a member of the Federal Judicial Service Commission between 2008 and 2013. He is a member of several professional bodies within and outside Nigeria, including a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, Nigeria, in 2003 and in the UK.
My policy has always been just three words. I have to be fair, I have to be firm, and more importantly, faith. Because if you are very fair in how you deal with your clients, your adversaries, you navigate easily. Some colleagues are unnecessarily combative. They must fight. They must object to everything. They must oppose everything. They must put impediment into a seamless proceedings, which is not, Then being firm also means that, look, a lot of people know me within the legal profession that I'm fair-minded, but I'm a very firm person. I'm one person that I hold on to principles. My principle is that you deal with everybody according to how you see him, how you know him, what are the circumstances. And therefore, in whatever I do, I make sure that I always look back and say, look, I'm here where I am. It is fate and destiny that has taken me here. It's not that I'm an extraordinary person. It also helped me in dealing with people. I rarely can call anybody names. If I think I have said the wrong word to you, I can assure you, and you can find out, before the end of the day, I'll call you to say, oh boy, I'm sorry. I think that thing I said, it wasn't right. let bygone be bygone. So that is the kind of thing that I think has propelled me to be able to stand where I am today.
The 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, once said, "Old age is like everything else. To make a success of it, you've got to start young." That is the story of Ishaka Diko Moji, SAN, who is one of the youngest senior advocates of Nigeria, the graduate of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, who was once the national president of the Nasarawa State Student Association. He's vast in the knowledge of the law, is smart, and his personality reflects a gentleman par excellence, who is also a visionary leader.
The first public pronouncement on that was done by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation when they attended the opening of the Nigerian Law School, Port Harcourt. For us that are stakeholders in the justice sector, that's quite a very welcome idea. It's something that is quite long overdue. In fact, the saying goes, you can verify, the Nigerian judiciary, particularly the Supreme Court, is the most overworked Supreme Court in the whole of the world. Now, when you look at their remuneration, it's quite nothing to go home about. Compare it with what our average politicians take home as home pay. In fact, it's quite a welcome development. The president has done exceptionally well by looking at the increment in the salary of the judiciary. So we are happy as lawyers, and in no time we will start seeing the positive aspect of that. Quite progressive. Before I became SAN in the year 2018, the number of SANs in Nigeria was quite limited to 500 and something. I don't know the figure, but now within the span of about 5 years, we have over 700 SANs. I must confidently say that it's quite a positive development. That is also reflected in the progression in Nigeria's judicial practice and legal practice. For me, I'm always a positive-minded legal practitioner. So I will say from the period we started, I was called to the bar, not quite long anyway, 2006. But from that period to now, quite improving. And the justice sector is quite commending. By coincidence, I'm into election matters, particularly we're in an era of pre-election matter. So far, we have handled so many cases, and to the glory of God, we're able to declare and to succeed. The few cases we're handling, we've been able to succeed. So we're rounding up the year very fulfilled.
Sir Stephen Adeyi, SAN, is a seasoned and accomplished legal practitioner with decades of experience in the Nigerian legal sector. Sir Stephen Adeyi, SAN, is the principal partner of Sir Stephen Adeyi, SAN & Co., a full-service law firm based in Kano State, Nigeria. He obtained his Bachelor of Law degree at the University of Jos, Nigeria, before proceeding to the Nigerian Law School a year later. He got his master's degree in business and commercial law at Bayero University, Kano, Nigeria, after which he banked another master's degree in international affairs and diplomacy at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Nigeria. So far, Sir Stephen Adeyi, SAN, has been a notary public of Nigeria, an arbitrator, and as a mark of excellent service, he was appointed a senior advocate of Nigeria in July 2018. Most recently, the Nigerian Bar Association appointed him as a member of its National Executive Council, the highest decision-making organ of the NBA, and he is the chairman of the Association Employment Bureau.
The burden is on them to prove this. It's not just right for someone to sit down and make allegation of corruption without proving it. If they have proved that there's corruption, let them bring up these issues. You know, the truth is that we can't deny the fact that there's corruption. But if you have gone into an enterprise with someone in that respect, let us know who the person is. And then we'll go ahead to see how that person can be removed. There are processes for doing that. But just to sit down and begin to make allegations like that, I don't think it's right. This issue has been on for a very long time. So I think first and foremost, we need to commend the president for the step he has taken. In the past, others have not done anything about it. The Attorney General, the President, and the President himself have done something in that respect now. So I think we need to commend them and see how far this will go. These mixed feelings have always been there. And you see, I'll give you one good example. It's when you find politicians, when they go to court, they are victorious. They come out and tell you that this is the best judicial system we have in the world. Then the next week, you find the same party now saying that this is a very corrupt system, it's not a good system and all that. So for every system, there are always the mixed feelings. Those who praise the system and those who see something bad in the system. But I think for me, our judicial system is growing, and it's growing positively. There are so many things we've been able to achieve this year. For instance, if you look at the number of cases that the Supreme Court has dispensed with this year, we look at the cases the Federal High Court. With the amendment to the Electoral Act, there's so much work going on at the Federal High Court, because now they have the exclusive jurisdiction to try these matters, the pre-election matters, and they've had several of them. The CJ of the Federal High Court set up a special team to take care of these matters. So for them to even be able to do what they have done so far, I think the judiciary should actually be given a pat on the back. The judiciary has been trying to live up to its billing.
I usually take offense to branding the entire judiciary as corrupt, although there may be one or few people who have shown the tendency of being corrupt. But it behoves on the public who discovered any judge or any judicial officer as corrupt to report to National Judicial Commission, which handles any judicial officer who is corrupt. So if that is done, any person that is corrupt will be dealt with according to law. At first, I commend President Buhari for enhancing the salary of judicial officers. It is long overdue, and I would suggest that all necessary steps be taken in order to implement it, so that by first quarter next year, the enhanced judicial package for judicial officers will come into place. The problem with the Nigerian judicial system has been overwork, because as of today, there are a whole lot of cases that the courts are expected to handle. And because the number of judges at every point in time have not been adequate, that has continued to affect the delivery system. If you recall, at the opening of legal year, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court lamented that there are more than 1,000 cases pending before each judge of the Federal High Court, and that their number has depleted, and that they are going to appoint more people. So where the number of judicial officers have depleted, then there is need to increase the number to enable them address the numerous cases pending before them. The advantage of having COVID, if I may put it that way, is to introduce some ways and means where people don't need to be either in the court or in the registry to handle whatever matter they have. COVID helped in the introduction of Zoom hearing, and it also helped in e-filing. So if we are going to sustain this, it will go a long way to enhance quick administration of justice. I was called to bar in 1986, and then after my national service, I commenced practice. I've not done any other business other than to practice law, and it's been challenging, so to say, but I derive a lot of joy in practicing law. So since I don't do any other thing, I love it and I enjoy it. My advice is that anybody who wants to join the legal practice to do the type of work we do here, you must have passion for it. If you don't have passion, you will not be able to do it very well.
Someone once said, honesty has the power that very few people can handle. This personifies the person of Dr. Ruben Okpanachi Atabo, SAN, a seasoned, well-learned and dignified lawyer whose expertise has seen him handle high-profile cases while representing a wide range of clients across different echelons of the society. He is the family lawyer of the late General Sani Abacha, widely recognized as the legal representative of the late head of state in the Malabun oil and gas case and more. Dr. Rupem Atabo, SAN, is the principal partner of R.O. Atabo, SAN & Co., a law firm that provides various legal services across litigation in land matters, commercial law, labor disputes, election petitions, civil and criminal litigation, oil and gas, legal representation in courts, and so on.
Seniority is very important. It's one of our traditions at the bar. So we must accord seniority to those who have gone ahead of us. So we must restore this. Otherwise, it is not good for the profession. There are a lot of areas that they are decline. Even the mode of appointment of some justice called for question. In those days, over 30 years ago, the mode of nomination selection of candidate for appointment of judges, to my mind, were more strict than now. So in my view, to strengthen the bench, let the best come out, both from the bar as well as from the judiciary, so that both the bench and the bar can work together for effective dispensation of justice. There is need for us to look inward. There is need for us to see quick dispensation of justice. Justice delayed is justice denied. Where a victim of a crime will be left for investigation to take place 2 years, 3 years, 4 years before prosecution, and probably by the time prosecution commences, maybe out of 10 witnesses, you may not be able to get more than 3 or 4. And the defendant or the accused person in quote may be let the hook without the rigors of justice. The victim of the crime will not be said he has had justice. And I was at a dinner about 3 years ago when Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, attended the 30th anniversary of the 1989 call, because his wife was one of them. He made a passionate appeal to lawyers to brainstorm on the delay in administration of justice.
Is it dilapidated? No. How can we change it? We need to infuse technology. We need to ensure that the common man does not lose face in the judiciary. Our core is to protect the common man. If everything fails, judiciary is there for us. You know, we all say justice delayed is like justice denied. We need to do things a bit more promptly. We need to ensure that, cases come through the court system, and there's quick dispensation of justice. Let's look at the number of judges per state. Lagos, for example, has less than 50 judges. Lagos has 25 million people. It's a mega city. You can't expect about 50 judges to administer justice effectively. Those are the challenges that we have now.
Yusuf Ali SAN is a man of many parts, a seasoned lawyer with over 3 decades of experience, a philanthropist with meaningful contributions outside the legal circle, and has earned accolades and respect beyond the shore of Nigeria. He is the principal partner and founder of Yusuf O. Ali & Co., a reputable law firm with offices across Ilorin, Lagos, and Abuja. He began his 44 years journey in the legal field in 1978 with his Bachelor of Law degree at the University of Ife. He proceeded to the Nigerian Law School, where he graduated with second-class upper honors in 1983. He joined the law firm of Adegboyega Awomolo & Co., where he rose to the level of a partner before he left to start his law firm in June 1994. Yusuf Ali SAN was appointed as a notary public by the Chief Justice of Nigeria in 1989 before he went back to the University of Ife to obtain his Master's of Law degree in 1991. He has made scholarly contributions to legal books and over 40 published articles. He is a member of several professional bodies and serves on the board of companies and institutions. His philanthropic works through its foundation cut across the whole of Nigeria and beyond. Listed in Nigeria as well as American Biographical Institute Who is Who, and in 1997 he was conferred with the deserved title of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN.
He has set a good tone for others to follow. Chief Justices come, they go. The institution remains. Since after his exit, we've had somebody else come into the seat. So there was no vacancy, it was seamless transition from A to B. And I think that's also very important and instructive. Immediately he resigned, the next in line, number 2, came on board as acting Chief Justice of Nigeria. And only last week he was confirmed by the Senate of the Federal Republic as the substantive Chief Justice of our country. That's how organized institutions operate. To let you know that the answer is no, is the fact that I have been part of the efforts at promoting amendment to the Legal Practitioners Act. And I can tell you as a life bencher and a member of the body of benchers, there is now before the National Assembly an harmonized Legal Practitioners Act before the National Assembly that we are expecting that will be passed into law. Undoubtedly, a 1962 Act cannot be adequate for today, 40, 50 years after. Law is dynamic, the society is dynamic, law is progressive, the society must be progressive. So there are a lot of other things that we need to tinker with so that we can bring the Legal Practitioners Act up to standard of today. The highlight, first and foremost, was the emphasis now on professional development. The new vistas, new areas of practice were promoted for lawyers to be able to see. And then number 2, the sections created by the NBA, I was privileged to be the pioneer chairman of the section on legal practice. The section on legal practice, section on business law, all of them are now thriving. Many lawyers now belong to the sections. When we started, it was just MBA. And this is promoting a lot of specialization or ability for people to be able to specialize in different areas of the law.
What I could achieve by my own hard work, by my principles, by my determination.
Nigerians want to see that the country succeeds, that whatever we're doing succeeds.
And that's about it from us to you. Thanks for joining us and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel on Gladiator's Track with Akon. And don't forget to watch the same time, same station next week. Thanks and God bless you. Merry Christmas.